Hello everyone, it's Moshi here. A little bit of an unscripted video that I just wanted to make in regards to some recent events that have been happening. Not recent events in my life per se, just recent events that I've been noticing going on in some other communities. I'm not going to touch on exactly what they are, but considering that my channel is completely focused around video games, and considering everything that's going on in the world right now, I think that as a content creator, I at least have uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a responsibility or a duty at the very least to make a sort of statement. I've been playing video games ever since I was 3, and I'm 24 now. I just turned 24 on the 1st of November, so I've been playing them for pretty much most of my life, and they've been a pretty big part of my life. Most of the friends I know now I made through playing games. As a matter of fact, I even originally met my wife through our video game club in high school, which I ended up starting. I started it as a means of finding other people to be able to play games with, because I never really got out that much when I was younger. I was mostly sheltered, which I kind of really consider a good thing, because there were a lot of things going on in the world that I just wasn't shown. But yeah, I've been playing video games for a long time. It was how I met my wife, and the effect that I've seen video games have on a lot of people is truth be told, is very concerning. Video games 10 years ago are so different from video games as they are now, and that seems obvious, but what I mean is that nowadays video games aren't really as much of a stress relief as they should be for the majority of people. I'm not saying there are people out there that can't play a game and feel relief when playing it, because I'm like that. Whenever I play a game, it's a relief, it's an escape. It makes me feel really happy. I love playing games. I love playing all sorts of games. I switch between playing so many different games. I may be a content creator of mainly Smash material, but there are so many other games that I play behind the scenes. I play League of Legends. I've been playing quite a few mobile games as of recently. I play a lot of Monster Hunter. I play a lot of Pokemon. There's so many games that I play that I don't even make videos of. And the same could go for other content creators. Even if they only make mainly videos of one game, some could play games of completely different genres. We don't know. We don't know what goes on behind the camera or behind the sound recording of a content creator. That includes me. Only I really know what's going on, behind the scenes of my life, as well. It's my life. But back to my point that video games they're so vastly different from before, and that people are taking them in a radically different direction. I've seen people myself just get so heated, even just over the discussion of a game. And you can just have a casual discussion with someone about a game, and they'll feel like, oh, this character is better than such and such, and they'll feel really, really defensive about their opinion over it. And there's nothing wrong with having an opinion about a game. There's nothing wrong with that. Games are made to be a release, to be an escape, to just have fun. I mean, that's at least why I play games. I play games because they're fun. I just enjoy playing video games. I just play them to have fun. Obviously, a bunch of people have many different reasons for playing games. Some people play games because they just like to win. Some people are just naturally competitive. And what I'm here to speak about today is the attitude that I think all of us need to have when we're playing games. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that everyone needs to have my exact mindset. But what I am saying is that I think people should reconsider how they look at games, especially those of you out there that tend to get a bit more aggressive and a bit more competitive. Now, I myself, one of my friends described me the best that I think I could possibly be described when it comes to games. I am a casual player with a competitive mindset. Now, that may seem very strange, maybe even contradicting, but it's just, I I love math, and I love analyzing things. I like discovering different technology in games, like what different characters can do, just all sorts of wacky stuff. I love that sort of thing because it's fun. That's what's fun to me. I make tier lists for fun in some fighting games like Smash and Kirby Fighters 2, but I promised myself this, that I would never get to the point where I'm going pro or playing competitive. And the reason for that, there are three main reasons. One, for me personally, it isn't fun. To play competitively or to go pro, for me personally, it isn't fun because it kind of skews the reason why you're playing the game. If it gets to the point where to have fun when playing the game, you have to win, and like the purpose of it is mainly to win and not to have fun. I'm not saying there's not fun in winning, but if you start making that your central force, your main reason for playing, you will notice a change in your personality. It's just a fact. That's not a matter of opinion. That is a fact. You will notice a change in your personality once it gets to the point that you have to win, or you're playing just super competitively. Because at that point now, you're mainly looking at the meta. Meta is the most efficient tactics available, I believe. You're at that point. You're just looking at what's strong, what can you play consistently, and that, for again, this is just for me. That just gets to be really boring, and for eventually for people that take it to that extent, like a really far extent, really toxic, because it creates this mindset that you have to win, that you have to be the best. There's nothing wrong with not being the best at something. Now, if you want to be the best at something, if that's what you really want, all the more power to you. You can go for it. But for those of you that aren't like competitive players and just casual players, you don't have to feel like you have to be the best at something. Because if you're the best at something and you never lose, then where is the challenge? The challenge would only come if somebody rises up and surpasses you. And some people don't like that. Some people don't like feeling second best. They want to be the best at what they do. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not being the best at something. It's not a crime to not be the best. So that's one of the reasons why. The second reason why is because I just have too many other things that I have to do. If I dedicated all of my time solely to becoming the best at any one game, it would take away from being able to play a bunch of other games. Because I have swapped between tens, potentially hundreds of games within at least the last year. And this isn't something that's uncommon for me. I tend to swap through games a lot. Like, I will jump from game to game to game. But if I have to spend countless hours specifically on one game grinding to become the best, then it takes away from the time that I can spend doing or playing other games, and even just doing other things in general. Because I do still have a job as a freelance artist, so I have to dedicate time to that. I still have to dedicate time to my family, to my wife, and other things. It just takes away so much time for me. And I don't want to be caught just doing the same thing over and over again every single day. If I had to play the same game every single day, even if it was Smash or Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, both of which are my favorite games of all time, I can assure you, I would eventually get bored. I would eventually get bored. Again, this is just me speaking. Other people may be wired differently. Some people literally are built differently. Some people will love just grinding out the same thing constantly every single day. Now, that's not to say I don't love grindy games, because I play Monster Hunter, and I can definitely grind a grindy game. I like it. But it's just that I just don't have the time. And even if I did have the time, I wouldn't want to put to that. And the third, and this is the most important reason, the third most important reason that I promised myself I would never go pro and competitive, is because my number one priority is my wife. I know some people may not say that, like let's say if you're a pro Smash player, some people will say that's not their top priority, but if you become a competitive player in a video game to the point where you can make a career out of it, then it does kind of become your priority, or at least one of your top priorities, because that's where your income comes from. That's how you're making your money. Now, obviously, not everyone is like that. Some people have jobs on the side, but if it ever got to a point where I was playing a video game to make money, then that's going to take away time that I have with my wife. I love my wife. I really do. She's right here next to me. I love my wife. And those of you that know me and her, you know that I love her. I love her dearly. I've loved her even since before we got married. I've loved her every day that we've been married. We will have been married 10 months once on November 5th comes around. And I pray that we continue to just stay happy for the rest of our lives. I love my wife. And I don't want anything to ever get to the point where it's sapping so much of my time, or that I have to invest so much emotion into that it ends up affecting our relationship. And we play games together all the time. We just like playing them for fun. We're just not interested in, going competitive. And if I was and she wasn't, then that would cause a problem, because let's say if I had to travel to go to a national or something, I don't want to do that. Now, granted, yeah, considering the situation of the world right now, that's not something that would happen. But even if the world wasn't in the current situation, that's not something that I would really want to do. I want to be here with my wife. I want her with me, no matter what it is that we're doing. So those are the reasons that I really am not interested in going competitive. And especially from how I've seen people acting within the past couple of months, people will take games way too seriously. People really do take games too seriously. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people that play competitive. If you genuinely like playing competitive, all the more power to you. You can do that. But I can definitely say that playing competitively does have an impact on you. And it can be a negative impact. That is a fact. Just from the way I've seen people talk, even just nice, genuine people, they'll say things that your average casual person just wouldn't say. It's just a fact. I'm not speaking based off of opinions here. I'm just speaking based off of what I know. And I'm not saying that, anyone that disagrees with me, there's something wrong with you. No, you are more than welcome to disagree with me if that's what you feel. But this is what I've seen, and this is what I know for a fact, that just playing competitively, it does change you. I've seen it with people. They just, I'm not saying everyone, but some people just do start getting an ego. Some people do legitimately just think, well, I'm just a better player than you. You're just a worse player than me. Now, I'm not saying that that's not untrue. You could be a better player than someone, but let me ask you this. What does that mean at the end of the day? You are a better player than someone in Smash. Okay, so what? You are a better player than someone at League of Legends. So what? You are a better player than someone in Kirby Fighters 2. So what? You're a better player than someone in Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, whatever the game may be. Whatever game it is that has you pit against someone else. At the end of the day, what does that mean? Unless you are, this is what I believe, unless it is your profession, it is where at least 50% of your income is coming from, unless you are up there on a big stage competing for top dollar cash prizes, what does it mean at the end of the day? And even if you are competing for that, well, okay, no, I won't say that, because for League of Legends people in the LCS, that legitimately is their profession. So it makes sense that's their job. They have to be on the top of that. But for just average people that aren't signed to a team or anything, what does that mean at the end of the day? You're better than this person. Okay, what does that mean at the end of the day? What does that do for you? Reggie Fils-Aimé always said, if a game isn't fun, then why bother? And I stand on that philosophy as well. There is zero purpose of playing a game if you are not having fun with it. I've seen so many people complain constantly about a game, continue playing it. For what reason? For what reason? The only person you're stressing out is yourself. You can't blame anyone else. You're the one that's playing the game, and you say you're not having fun with it. Then that's your fault. That's just outright your fault. People will blame others for whatever reason, despite it being their fault for whatever it is they're doing, especially in games. What I'm here to urge you all to do today is stop taking games so seriously. Stop taking them so seriously. Stop treating it like it's a matter of life and death, or that you have to win. Just have fun with what you're doing, okay? You are all entitled to feel however you want to feel. Because who am I? I'm just one person. I'm just one person out of the billions of people on the planet. I'm not here to revolutionize or change the world. That's not what I'm here to do. All I'm here to do is to just encourage and help people. So I urge all of you to just have fun with whatever game it is that you're playing. Stop getting so heated, even just in discussions with people about games. Stop getting so heated. Just because somebody disagrees with you, okay, it's not the end of the world. There's no reason to get yourself so flustered, so ridiculously upset for no reason. Because I've seen it happen too much. It's even happened with people talking to me. I can just state just a fact about the game, whether or not something is just outright true. But then the person will get so offended and defensive because they feel like I'm coming at them over something. But I don't disrespect anyone. I won't come at you for your opinion about a game. I'm just going to state facts. And if you get upset just about facts, then you might just take a break. Just take a break, just step back, take a deep breath. Video games are here to be a release for us and for us to have fun. And with everything that's going on out in the world right now, people need that. People will come home from a long day of work. They don't want to hear people complaining and all this nonsense. They just want to sit down, play a game, and have fun. That's all they want to do. And that's all I want to do. So that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to say. Oop, drop something. That pretty much covers everything that I wanted to say. Because especially with the election going on right now, people need an escape. And I think content creators everywhere have a responsibility to give people an escape from everything that's going on. Because when people come home and they watch videos, those videos are made by us, the content creators. Whether we're big or small, it doesn't matter. If you can make something and touch the life of even one person and put a smile on their face, you've done your job. You've done your job. Because that's why I'm speaking to any content creators, big or small, doesn't matter. Because every single content creator, doesn't matter how many subscribers or followers you have, you are just as human as me and I'm just as human as you. We may be hot-wired differently, but we are all human. So I'm saying this to any content creators out there. When you make a video, when you make a stream, when you create something, and someone sees it, they get a smile on their face, they laugh, they feel relieved, you've done your job. Because that's why we make content. We make content to help other people. And I just want to personally thank any content creators out there that feel just as genuine about this as I do, from the bottom of my heart. Because people are suffering out there right now, and they need a release. So that's pretty much all I want to say. Stop taking games so seriously, guys. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. It's just a game. Just have fun. That's all that matters. Honey.